From a distance, it looks like a heavy expedition truck parked at the edge of nowhere. A long graphite body, 10 massive tires, no bright paint, no unnecessary decoration. But press one button, and the roof begins to separate from the shell. Steel arms lift silently from the body. Solar panels unfold like aircraft wings. A hidden stairway rises from the rear deck. And in less than 90 seconds, this machine becomes something very different. Not just a motorhome, a mobile command residence built for people who want to cross deserts, mountain passes, frozen roads, and remote coastlines without giving up silence, comfort, or control. But the most surprising feature is not on the roof. It is buried inside the rear structure, and we will come back to that later. This is the Iron Meridian 10x10, a concept luxury expedition motorhome based on the kind of heavy-duty truck architecture normally reserved for oil fields, logging, mining, heavy haul, and remote industrial work. For this concept, the cab keeps that same philosophy: tall hood, wide stance, heavy front axle, large cooling package, steel protection around vulnerable components. But behind the cab, everything changes. Instead of a conventional cargo body, the Meridian carries a carbon-composite living module mounted on a torsion-isolated subframe. That detail matters, because on rough terrain, the truck frame twists. If the luxury cabin were bolted directly to it, the walls, cabinets, windows, and glass systems would slowly destroy themselves. So, the living module floats above the chassis on a flexible mounting system, letting the truck work underneath while the cabin remains stable above. It is the difference between building a house on a trailer and building a yacht for land. The Iron Meridian would measure roughly 46 feet long, 9 feet wide, and nearly 13 feet tall in travel mode. That makes it shorter than some luxury motor coaches, but far heavier and more capable. The stance is where it becomes unusual. 5 axles, 10 driven wheels, high-clearance suspension, central tire inflation, reinforced underbody armor, protected fuel tanks, recessed lighting, no decorative chrome. The exterior body uses matte graphite carbon composite over an aluminum safety cage, with replaceable lower armor panels made from abrasion-resistant steel. The sides are intentionally clean. No oversized windows low on the body, no fragile trim, no exposed awnings hanging outside the shell. Instead, the vehicle uses flush glass, armored shutters, hidden service panels, and 2 hydraulic slide-outs that only deploy when the vehicle is level. The first slide-out expands the main lounge. The second opens the rear bedroom suite. But unlike a normal RV slide-out, these are built with internal locking rails, inflatable dust seals, and storm-rated hardcovers that close over the seams during travel. That makes the body look simple, almost too simple. And that is intentional, because several of the most important systems are not visible from the outside. Iron would come from a 15-liter diesel engine producing around 600 horsepower and more than 1,800 pound-feet of torque. Not because this machine needs to be fast, it needs to move weight with control. Estimated gross vehicle weight would land around 70,000 to 85,000 pounds, depending on armor, water, fuel, and optional equipment. A heavy automatic transmission sends power through a multi-speed transfer case into all 5 axles. The front 2 axles steer. The rear axle can countersteer at low speed to reduce turning radius. This matters because a 46-foot motorhome is already difficult to maneuver. A 10x10 version without rear steering would be nearly unreasonable in tight terrain. Suspension would use a hybrid system, heavy coilover or air-assisted dampers for ride quality paired with hydraulic leveling rams for parked stability. The tires would be 46 to 49-inch military-grade all-terrain tires with run-flat inserts. Fuel capacity would sit around 300 to 400 gallons. At highway speeds, the Meridian might return only 5 to 7 miles per gallon. That sounds terrible until you remember the mission. With 350 gallons on board, Even at 6 miles per gallon, the range is about 2,100 miles before auxiliary fuel reserves. Water storage would be around 250 gallons, with filtration, UV sterilization, and a gray water recycling loop for showers and utility use. The goal is not efficiency in the normal RV sense. The goal is independence. But independence has a cost, and we will get to that. Step inside, and the tone changes immediately. The cab is industrial. The living cabin is quiet. Acoustic insulation lines the floors, walls, and ceiling. The entry door closes like a vault. Mechanical vibration is isolated through rubber mounts and floating interior panels. The front lounge sits behind the cab, with 2 leather captain's chairs, a low sofa, a concealed workstation, and panoramic upper glass placed high enough for security, but low enough to maintain a real view. The materials are not flashy. Dark walnut, brushed titanium, black leather, stone composite surfaces, warm indirect lighting. The kitchen is compact but serious. Induction cooktop, convection oven, deep sink, dual refrigeration drawers, vacuum-sealed pantry storage, marine-grade latches on every cabinet. Nothing swings open during rough travel. Nothing rattles if it is engineered correctly. The bathroom uses a wet room layout with heated floors, rainfall shower, stone walls, and an aircraft-style vacuum toilet to reduce water use. Behind that is the master suite. When the rear slide-out deploys, the bedroom becomes wide enough for a king bed, side storage, hidden safe compartment, and a rear observation window that can be covered by an armored shutter. There is no decorative excess here. The luxury is control. Climate control zones, silent lithium battery storage, Starlink-style satellite internet provision, security cameras, thermal imaging, air filtration, smart lighting, redundant power systems. It feels less like an RV and more like a private expedition base. The first major feature is the roof. At camp, the Meridian deploys a private sky deck with folding guardrails, hidden stair access, and a recessed seating area. But the deck is not just for views. Built into the forward roof section is a compact telescope observatory. The housing opens upward, the telescope rises on a stabilized mount, and the entire system can be operated from inside the lounge. For desert nights or Arctic skies, it turns the vehicle into a mobile observatory. The second feature is the solar array. Instead of flat panels fixed to the roof, the Meridian uses deployable solar wings. They fold out from the upper body and tilt toward the sun, producing far more surface area than a normal RV roof system. Combined with a large lithium battery bank and a diesel generator, the vehicle can run quietly for long periods without idling the main engine. The third feature is storm mode. Every window receives a hard shutter, roof systems retract, slide-outs lock, air intake switches through filtration, external lights move into low signature mode. In storm mode, the Meridian becomes a sealed graphite shell designed to wait out sand, snow, hail, or extreme wind. But the fourth feature is the one teased earlier, the rear garage. At first glance, there is no garage door. The bodywork looks solid, but the rear lower wall opens in 2 stages. A concealed ramp folds down. Inside is a compact tracked scout vehicle, small enough for narrow trails, snowfields, forest paths, or moving supplies when the main truck is too large to continue. It is not a toy, it's the backup plan, because the most capable expedition vehicle is still limited by its size. The Scout vehicle solves that problem, and it changes the entire purpose of the motorhome. The Iron Meridian doesn't just take you somewhere remote, it gives you a smaller machine to go even farther. Now, the obvious truth. This vehicle would be difficult to own. At roughly 46 feet long and over 70,000 pounds, it would require serious driving skill, careful route planning, and specialized maintenance. It would not fit most RV parks. It would be expensive to ship overseas. Tires alone could cost more than a used car. Fuel consumption would be heavy. Insurance would be specialized. And because of its height and weight, bridges, tunnels, ferries, and local regulations would matter on nearly every serious trip. This is not freedom without limits. It's freedom with a logistics department. A realistic custom-build estimate would likely fall between $4.5 million and $7.5 million. The core severe-duty truck platform, custom 10x10 drivetrain, carbon-composite body, luxury interior, power systems, armored shutters, roof deck, telescope system, solar wings, and rear scout garage all push this far beyond normal luxury RV pricing. A simpler 6x6 version might be possible around $2.5 million to $4 million, but the full Iron Meridian 10x10 would be closer to a land yacht than a motorhome. Feasibility score? 78 out of 100. The core technologies already exist. Heavy truck chassis, expedition modules, hydraulic slide-outs, lithium power systems, deployable solar, roof decks, compact tracked vehicles. The challenge is not invention. The challenge is integration. Weight balance, structural rigidity, serviceability, heat management, legal road limits, and cost would decide whether the concept succeeds. Technically possible, financially extreme, operationally demanding, but not fantasy. So the question is simple. Would you rather own a traditional luxury motor coach with more interior space, or a machine like the Iron Meridian, smaller inside, harder to manage, but capable of reaching places most motorhomes could never approach? And if you could add one impossible feature to a vehicle like this, what would it be?